My majoring in MIS. I was born in Santa Clara and raised in India, and my favorite hall is DOWD just because it's quiet and sort of remote.
Okay, hi, I'm Kayla. I'm a civil engineering major from Houston, Texas, and my favorite hall is Campisi. It's where all of the cool kids go to study. So if you want to go to Campisi, you should go because it's fun and it's quiet. This is the map of the school, and we're gonna show you where all of these buildings are. Oh, most of them, yeah. Okay. Okay, now we're going into the study halls. First off, we have the library. You know, a lot of studious people go study there. So there's 4 floors, I guess you can say, because we have the basement plus the 3 floors. In the basement, we have the hub, which is like a writing center, right? Like you can go there for help if you need help with like an essay or whatever. And we also have a bunch of, yeah, it's free. Make sure to use y'all's resources whenever y'all get to campus. Yeah, study rooms. The library is full of study rooms. So if you just rent it out, you can go. Something that's not great about the basement is that it doesn't have great Wi-Fi. So if you need to use your computer, maybe you should go to the 3rd floor or the 2nd, just not the basement. On the 1st floor, we have a bunch of more study rooms, and the Sunstream Cafe, which is like another little place you can get coffee and treats. And then on the 2nd floor, we have more study rooms and like open study space, as well as on the 3rd floor. And then on the 3rd floor is also a terrace where you can go outside and just spend your time there. And then as you go up on the floors, the quieter it is. So if you want like a more quiet space, I recommend going to the 3rd floor. If you just like want to talk a little, but still like study, maybe try going to the 1st floor. But yeah, that's the library. Fifi, my favorite. Okay. This is mostly an engineering building. Most of like the computer labs are here. So like if you're computer science and engineering, you'll have your labs there, mechanical engineering labs, civil engineering labs. Most of like the computer-based engineering are in this building. 1st floor, there's a few study rooms, mainly classes and just open study space. There's like a really big main area where most kids go to like collaborate on projects and stuff. And then on the 2nd floor, there's a bunch of other study rooms on the 2nd floor is where most of the labs are actually. And it's also the math learning center. But yeah, super fun, very cool to be in. I like it. Oh wait, also sorry. Another thing about Heathby is that it's connected to Bergen, which is another building on campus. So like we don't really call Bergen. We just call it Heathby because they're literally like the same building pretty much. I don't know why there's 2 names, but yeah, FYI. I didn't find that out until winter quarter, that's why. All right, and then Skitty, the new building that everyone loves. There are 4 floors, super huge. It's in the shape of a U, and the U, like the actual U, is like the building, and then the center is like an outdoor area where like they host events there, but it's also like an area for you to just study and sit outside. Obviously it's Skitty, so it's like mainly technology, STEM-based classes that are held in this building. There are a few study rooms, not that many study rooms actually, but there's a lot of study space. So like tables and like little spots where you can talk to each other and just study on your own. I know this little hall right here, the picture at the bottom, that's like the main study space on the 1st floor. A lot of people go there to just sit by themselves. If you want to collaborate more, I think the 3rd floor and the 2nd floor have more of those kind of tables. And then there are a few lecture halls on the 1st floor, but most of them are on 2nd and 3rd. Oh yeah, that too. Bites is on the first floor, which is the other place where you can get food on campus besides Benson. We have a balcony on the third floor, which a lot of people like to go to, but every time I go, it's pretty empty. So I recommend going there. And then Disc, which is I forgot the actual name for this, but it's basically like diversity and STEM little area. It's on the second floor. They always have like free snacks in there if you want to go. And they host little events. But yeah, Skitty's great for everyone. Like if you're not a STEM major, you can still go. Kathryn says she loves going there. It's just really cool. And it's nice because it's new. So there's a lot of cool new things. Something that I will mention though is that about Skitty, like the technology based like things, I forgot the name for it, but you know, whenever like you have a curtain or something and then you have to like manually move it, well, it's like based off of the sun, like light. So it just shuts whenever it wants to or whenever like there's no sun, and it scares everyone in the class. So just be aware of that. Yeah, it's automatic. That's the word I was looking for. Oh my gosh. It sounds so dumb. Okay. Sorry.
And also mentioning there's whiteboards there that you could like completely draw on. So that's also a cool feature. But they also have those in the library study rooms as well, in case like you like that type of studying. So I want to talk about Kenna. So this is right across Benson, and it's the building that I got confused on because I didn't know where the heck this was located, and I'm not sure if it showed up on maps or anything. But Kenna's like right across from the Benson fountain. So it's pretty hard to miss. You're gonna see us tabling there during welcome weekend. So that's where you'll find us. But there is 3 floors in this building. I guarantee you a lot of you might have at least like one class here, just because I know a lot of people that have. It's really a home of like so many different classes. Like I've had a business ethics class, I've had econ, I've had CNI in here, and I've only been here for 1 year. So you'll most likely end up in one of these buildings. The second floor rooms, I want to say, are a little smaller, just because I had one of those as well. But if you ever want to like make an appointment with the Drama Center, which you should because they help you with your 4-year plan, the Drama Center is located on the first floor, on the left-hand side, actually. So right where the trees are on the left. Also, if you want to pick up a religious studies minor, or if you have something to do with language, their like offices are inside this building as well. Yeah. OConnor. So this is another one that gets kind of confusing because if you look straight like at the Mission Church, like let's say you're just going into the campus through the main entrance, there's a building on the right and left, and low-key they look very similar, but the one on the left is called St. Joseph's Hall, and I don't believe there's any classrooms, it's just offices. So the one on the right is the one that's OConnor. I believe this one does show up on the map. It is 3 floors, and I believe it also has a basement, so around 4 floors. And then again, if you have a class in here, I would say please check out this building before you go into it, because like the first floor, the entrance isn't the entrance. You have to enter through the back of the building. Like you either go through this or like you go around the building, and then there's steps which are outdoors and the classes are outside. But then if you have like 107 to 109 or like 111, there's 2 doors like on each side. And then there's like 3 classrooms there. So again, it's a hella confusing classroom, but I mean classroom building. So I would just say if you have classes in here, scout it out, because I was hella late on my first day. And another thing that is not the best about this, well, actually there's 2 things that aren't the best about this. One is that the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom are on opposite sides of the building. So like if there's only one restroom, it's because yours is like on the other side. So that's something to keep a lookout for. And another thing is if you are on the first floor, at least I experienced this on the first floor, try to not get a window seat, just because it gets really hot in here and the AC unit it wasn't working during my year, and I was right by the window and I was literally sweating at 9 a.m. So again, just some tips and tricks around this. But the math department is here. They're located on the basement, like on the 3rd floor. Most of the professors have office hours here. And yeah, the last 2 things I already mentioned. And then the other one I'm going to talk about is the Daily or Daily Science building. So again, this one is right across from I already called it St. Joseph's, right across from O'Connor. So if you're looking directly at the mission, you keep on going straight. It's like kind of like hidden and tucked away on the right. It literally looks like this. Again, there's like science classes here, chemistry, physics. I've had a CTW, so an English class, so some of you might have that in here. Again, they also have like large lecture halls here too, because it's not like it's like not a theater, but like they have like steps downstairs like for classes. This map is also really confusing because it's the numbers aren't like chronological or something about it, where like I never knew where the class was. So if you have a class in here, I would recommend try finding out where it is before your first day, because again, I had a meeting in here and I got hella lost. So you could find the halls, it's just hard to find the numbers for this building. For me, it was. Yeah, and then that's it for me.
Okay, so the Alumni Science Building is basically where a lot of science-based classes are held. And the lecture halls are really big. This is close to Benson, I believe. If I'm not wrong, I'm not sure. I haven't been to this hall. But you can always Google map things. I used Google Maps till spring quarter last year because there are so many halls that I haven't been to. So you can just type in the hall and find them. Yeah. Then you have DOWD, which is at the far end of campus. It's a pretty big building, but it only has 2 floors. It's mostly for art classes, but you can have a couple of core classes here. I have my English CDW over here. And it's a pretty new building, so it has a lot of, I don't know, high-tech classes. You have like 3 projector screens, and 3 whiteboards, and the teacher can project to all of them, and you have Apple computers in your desks which you can pull up. So it's a pretty cool building. It does get a little hot in there. And you also have an outdoor balcony kind of area where you can go to study on the 2nd floor. And it's right in front of the Lucas parking lot. And it's just a pretty building. There's a lot of art projects on the 1st floor that you can just look at when you're bored. And then Lucas is the business building. It's one of the biggest buildings, most expensive buildings. You have study rooms here. You have your business departments here if you want to ever talk to them. And then you have a lot of other departments here that are written. Most of the classes here are business, but you're always free to kind of go in there and just study. We also have a cafe. I don't remember the name, but you can order like food or coffee ahead of time on your mobile ordering app. And the lecture halls are pretty standard sized, but I just like this building because it's always really nice and cold.
Sorry, I think this was me. So Vari is one that's right across from Lucas, like they already face each other. Another way to find Vari is if you're like walking when you're, again, if the Mission Church is right here and you're walking from the very beginning, it's going to be the building on your right that low-key doesn't look like it's classrooms. It kind of looks like kind of fancy, like there might be offices, but there are classrooms. So no, I had an economics class in there. That's why I put that, because that's the only class that I know is in there. But I know that I want to say a lot of College of Arts and Sciences classes are in here. And then if you applied for the Marcola Center for like ethics thing on your email, their department office is also in here. And another cool thing is that they also have a patio and it's facing right in front of Lucas. So this building's actually really pretty, and like as soon as you enter, it's really big. And there's stairs as well. I believe it's like only 2 floors.
Okay, and then sorry about the picture. It's not the best of Alameda, but this is a hall that's okay. Whenever you get to campus, you'll understand what we're saying better, but like there's a Safeway right in the center. And then if you walk towards like the Bronco, which is like the Bronco statue, Alameda's gonna be on the right side, left side. Oh, I don't know. Depends on where you're coming from. But anyways, So there's just a few big classrooms. I feel like any major is in this one, to be honest. It's just like a hall that like I'm pretty sure if like professors can't get a class, they just put them in there. I don't know. I had a bunch of random classes in there. Also, if you're in lead, the lead building, not building, the lead little area is in there, but you need to have like an actual access card to get in it. And a few club meetings are held here. Also, Amazon lockers are in here. So if you order something from Amazon, you can pick it up in there instead of having to go all the way to the campus post office. Because honestly, it's kind of a far walk if you live in like Sway, McWash, or like Dunn. Not that far because it's a small campus, but still, I'm kind of lazy. But yeah, I think there's like 6 classrooms in here. There's not that many. It's not a really big building.
Just for the I was just saying, just for the Amazon lockers, it's just convenient because you don't have to wait for them to get delivered to the post office. If your package is small enough, it'll fit in the lockers. You enter a code and then you can pick them up in there. And my packages literally came in a day, so it's like very convenient. The way you add it, I know a lot of people have questions about this, so just go to add address in your Amazon account. Not while you're ordering something, separately, and then search up Amazon Hub Locker, or Bronco Locker or something like that. And it should show up. It's on El Caminoville, and then you can use that address.
Sorry, and then I just wanted to add that this is like I would say this is the main entrance. This is where like everyone goes in for like classrooms, into the lockers. It looks like it's not an entrance, but it is. And something again that's also really random is like I remember my first day, like I didn't know if I was supposed to use my access card for buildings, and for majority of them you don't. Like you can just open the door, you don't have to wait for someone. Even Skitty, that one hell intimidated me. You can literally just open the door. The library, you can just open the door, but sometimes like it does make you do your access card, but most of them just yank it.
Oh, I think this is me. Okay, now we're gonna get into residence halls. Yay.
Okay, so I was in Finn last year. The rooms are really spacious, really nice ventilation. So you have a lot of good space here to use. It's the newest building on campus as far as I know. The picture that you see was my room, like actually my room. I took it when I was moving in. You're already given the little drawers that you see. The fridge is mine. And then you have beds. This is how your bed's gonna look in every hall. And your mattress, this is the tip a lot of people don't know, but you can flip your mattress depending on whether you want like a hard back surface or a soft one. It's written somewhere. So you can flip it and find out, or you can push it down and find out. And you're gonna find that your beds are like locked into a certain height level. You can move it around if you want, like make your bed really high or make your bed really low. But keep in mind that you do have to move it back to the middle at the end of the year. But this has been, most of the suites are basically a double room that you see here, that are connected by a bathroom. So this is the shower, and then this is the toilet. And then you have your cupboards over here, and the cupboards are really big. Actually, they're much bigger than I expected. So you have a lot of space. Just use it wisely. And this is how it looks from the outside. You have like a little barbecue spot, seating area, things like that. Then you have Sobrado, which is right behind Finn or in front of Finn, one of them. This is one of the older buildings, but for first years, you have access to suites, which is basically this setup. You're gonna have a double and then 4 singles. You don't have a kitchen. You have 2 bathrooms, and then you have like a common seating area. It's not too big, but you can like hang out with your friends or roommates there. Sobrado rooms are pretty small. At least the double ones are really small, so you can make them into bunk beds if you want. Just call the housing office and ask them to give you like some certain pins, or just ask them to help you out with creating bunk beds in Sobrado, and they'll help you out. And then you have 2 desks and you have 2 cupboards. I don't know how the cupboards look, but this is how Sobrato is. I just put in some pictures. This is how typically people decorate their room in Sobrato. It's pretty small again. And this is how it looks from the outside. And then you have Casa Italiana. So there are 4 double rooms that are connected by a big seating area. This is where all the OLs lived for their training for an extra month after school ended. You have 2 bathrooms at each end of the suite. And then you don't have a kitchen, but you just have a common seating area, but you have a little place to keep your cups, a microwave, a toaster if you need. And I did not expect it, but the AC in Casa Italiana is awesome. The 3 of us lived together and it was always so cold. It was amazing. I don't know, I loved it. But the seating area is really big, so it's really nice to hang out after hours and whatever you want to do. This is a pretty small room though. Inside it's pretty small. Like imagine this picture literally just like the same on the other side. It's really small. But it's adjacent to Sobrato. It's a little bit of a walk, but it's pretty adjacent. And then you have like a common courtyard where you can go sit down, have a picnic or whatever you want. And the kitchen is on the first floor. The common kitchen and laundry is on every floor.
Sorry. This is Campisi. I've been in here a few times, but it's pretty small. Something cool, I guess. Oh, Disha loved it. Yeah. Campisi is the one that's connected to the other one, San Felipe. Yeah, and it's near Mali. This one is right across Casa, and it's right in front of Alameda, I think, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Something that's different about this one, I guess, is that it doesn't have like a built-in closet, so it has one of those little dressers. And it has carpet, which San Felipe has actual floor, not carpet. But it's like every other one, like the other ones that we'll see soon. Yeah, so this is San Felipe. It has actual floor. What's it called? Hardwood floor? Not hardwood floor, but like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tile. Actually, these closets are pretty big. My friend lived in here, so I went a couple times, and it's really spacious. And I feel it's easy to clean. Something I had trouble with carpet was that it was hard to clean. Yeah, I heard it's pretty chill, quiet. Oh, and it has like those little boards on the side so you can add pins and like pictures. It's easy to add stuff without like ruining the actual furniture. I know for like other ones. Oh yeah, it's hot too. Take fans. But for the other ones, you have to like be very careful of with what you use to put up posters and like decoration stuff. But here you can just put it on the board. Graham is the very big one right in front of the Bronco statue. Super cool, super nice. I think this is one of the older ones on campus, oldest buildings. They used to have a pool, which is really cool. I always see pictures. Yeah. Graham is nice. And this is like, I guess the basic one. 2 doubles, and then you get a shared restroom. Kind of the same setup as Flip. No, as Finn, sorry, right? Finn? Yeah. That too. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, they have classrooms in there. And then, my gosh, I lived here. Oh, I lived here. My gosh, is chill, 3 floors. Something about these buildings though, I don't know if y'all know this already, but you can't, because I think all buildings have like side entrances that you can go to instead of having to go through the front. You can't go in them after 7 p.m. So make sure like if you want to go through the side and you don't want to have to go in front of everyone through the lobby to get to your building 4-7. But yeah, super chill. You can organize your dorms your rooms however you want. But yeah. Oh, it's really hot in here too. Sorry, it's really hot. So please take a fan.
All right, so this is actually the oldest building on campus, I'm pretty sure. So forget what we said earlier. SWIG, it is the tall, scary building. It is the tallest building on campus, and it looks sometimes like it's like a station because there's like a red blinking light at the very top. So you'll literally be able to find this hella fast. So SWIG, there is 10 floors, a basement, and a sky floor, I think they call it, which is like the very top floor. The sunsets are really pretty up there. There's also like a piano, and on the downstairs bottom area, there's a pool table, ping pong, study rooms, and the laundry is on the basement. There's kitchens on every odd floor, so 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So like with, okay, I lived here. So the picture on the right, the closet honestly wasn't that bad. I fit like kind of a lot of stuff, and like it's like the closet, and then under it there's 2 long drawers, and I was able to fit a lot of shirts, probably because I'm hella tiny. But on one of the drawers I was able to fit a lot of like shoes too, because I just put my shoes in the bin because I had too much space. The room itself, it's small, like it's decent, but it's one of the smaller rooms. I personally didn't mind it that much because I didn't have that much stuff, and I was okay with it. But there is a sink that you share with your roommate, of course, and then there is medicine cabinets. And I want to say in here I got 3 or 4 drawers, and then there was like space under the sink to put my stuff. And then for the desk, unlike Casa, the desks, I had drawers for my desk, whereas Casa, they're like cubbies, I guess. So again, all desks are different between each halls. And then they also have the cork board there, so it's really easy to pin stuff up, especially since it's one of the older buildings. I'm not sure how well they've got maintaining it, so it's good that they have this, so like you don't pay like any damage fees because it is like one of the older buildings on campus. Aside from this, outside, a lot of people do just like they literally tan. They have like picnics. It's right near Benson, so it's really easy to get food. I found that like I always had enough points because the dining hall was right there, and it was really easy to get to it. Yeah, this is the front entrance of the building. It looks like the back, but it's actually the front. It faces towards the school rather than the street. And by the way, we're gonna like, I think questions have been being answered, but we're also gonna have like a Q&A at the end. Next slide, please. Okay, so done. So personally, I haven't been in this building. I don't think any of us have, but it's right next to Swig and McWalsh. So the thing about campus is on one side it's Swig, McWalsh, and Dunn, and which is right next to Benson. And then all the other buildings that we mentioned are kind of basically near the library area and across Safeway. So between each section, it's maybe like a 4 to 5 minute walk. It's not bad. They're just not close, like right next to each other, building to building. So it looks like done. I'm confused on if there's hardwood or carpet, to be honest, because the pictures are confusing me right now, but I haven't been there at all. But this one, the front entrance, I believe, is on the street side. I want to say because I remember that got confusing for me. And yeah, as you could see, it looks like there's one closet that they share, and then there's a sink, so it looks like kind of like a similar layout to Swig. The thing about McWalsh, Dunn, and Swig is that street parking is really easy to find just because a lot of the off-campus housing is right nearby. So if your family comes and visits, there's always like street parking somewhat nearly available, which is unlike the other residence halls. All right, and now